Hi there, it's Sam from Pootles.co.uk. Thank you very much for joining me today. Today we've got this project. It's rather nice. It looks like it's going to start as a milk carton as you're building it, and then it's got this different finish to it. So it's got a flat top, which I don't think you're seeing. It's really dodgy light here. Meant to be spring, you'd never know it. But it's got a flat top, and when I made it, I got to this point, and then when I don't know how to decorate it. So I went to my Facebook group, which is called PootlesCraft. I think what it's called, PootlesCraft Forum, and I said I don't know how to finish it off, and we had lots of suggestions, including big circular stamps, and I posted up the hostess set, which I have used, and I got lots of likes for this finish, so this is what I've gone with. So thank you to everybody who commented and made suggestions, and I'm going to show you how to make it. So you need a piece of cardstock that measures 11 by 8 inches, which is 28 by 20 centimetres. Now we're going to score it on the long side, hopefully correctly this time, because I managed to mess up the original, the one I've just filmed. So I'm refilming. So you score it at 2 5/8, 5 1/4, 7 7/8 of an inch, and 10 1/2 inches, which is what I said but didn't do last time. And that in metric is 6 1/2, 13, 19 1/2, and 26. And then turn it round and score it at 2, 5 and 7 inches, which in metric is 5, 12 1/2 and 17 1/2. So the finished dimensions of the box, 2 5/8 by 3 inches, which is 6 1/2 by 7 1/2 centimetres. Okay, so burnish all these score lines. And like I say, it looks like it's starting out as a milk carton, but we're going to make it a little bit different. So I'm just burnishing all of these. So, okay, this is the top because it's got a narrow horizontal line, and this is the bottom. So at the bottom we're going to take out the skinny bit. And then cut up the remaining score lines. Okay, so it looks like that. Now we need to, this section here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 rectangles. We need to keep 2 and lose 2, as well as this small one here. So the easiest thing to do is get rid of those ones at the same time and this one. So just come along, be brave with your scissors and cut away. And then this one, it's just the top part. So we're not cutting all the way down or anything like that. And then cut this part away. So you're left with that. Oh, I didn't trim that very neatly, did I? Let's trim that a bit better. Can't get my scissors in there. Oh. That's better. Okay, so that's what you're left with. These ones are separated. So the DSP panels, we need 4 for this part, and they measure 2 3/8 by 2 3/4, which is 7 by 6 centimetres. And then we've got 2 for the panel, which is next to this part, and they measure 2 3/8 by 1 3/4, which is 7 by 4 1/2 centimetres. So I'm going to snarl up the whole lot, and this is from the same Farmers Market DSP set as the gingham one. Love that paper. Don't like all of them. I'm not really big on the fruity vegetables, but I love all of the plain patterns. Oh, I'm sticking myself to everything. So these smaller panels, as I said before, they're going to match, or they're going to go in the rectangles that are under that part. Then you know you've got them in the right place. And then these ones are going to go across here. Okay, so to close it up, we're going to run some adhesive down there. I'm just going to mite that edge slightly. So I've got my fast fuse. That's the back of the box, but it's not. It's actually the side, because this is the front, that's the back. So we fold in our sides and the back. So I've got my seam here, and I've got that part, and I'm going to run my adhesive there. Okay, now, much like a milk carton, push those panels in, but at the same time we're folding these over, and that's why it's stopping there. Okay, but it wants to spring open, so obviously we need to close it up. So grab your paper piercer, and I'm holding it in position. I'm using kind of my whole hand, and I want to put my holes close to the middle, and I'm trying to get through all the layers all in one go, or both layers I should say. So these are a guide. Yes, they've gone through both bits, which means I can now grab my handheld punch, which I've got to get down. Just trying to look for the right size. There we go. My handheld punch, I can now go through and punch my holes, and do it on both sides. And I know that these holes will line up when I put it all together. So I'm just going to double check. That's my front. So this time, so I used the, it's actually Blackberry Bliss ribbon, but although it, you know, it's got, well, it is. I've lost my train of thought. It's Blackberry Bliss and Very Vanilla, and this is paler than that, but it does look gorgeous. My brain has gone to mush. Okay, so we're going to kind of stitch it. So through the front and then round. So over the top, because it's going to pull like that. Underneath. And back over, finishing to pull through the front. Just tack that off. And when you pull it, it all comes together. And like I say, it does want to spring open, which is a good thing. You could make it sort of like a surprise box, couldn't you? But when you tie it, and like I say, you do need to kind of make use of all your hand. Need an extra pair of hands almost. It stays shut like that. Clever, huh? I was excited when I developed that. Wasn't intending to do that. I was actually trying to make something else, which is kind of often what happens with me. And then simple bit of stamping to finish it off. So I've got the Hostess stamp set, a whole lot of lovely. So you can only get this stamp set if you have spent over £150, which is and it's, you then get £15 to spend on anything. Well, it actually is 10%. If it's over £15, but this I think is only £8 to actually spend, which is great. So you can get this and a few things. Cherry Cobbler ink and my Very Vanilla, and stamp it down. It's a little bit faded one side, but that's okay, I don't mind that. 2-inch circle punch, and you get a nice little bit of vanilla border. 2 3/8 of an inch scallop circle. Layer the two up. You get a pretty little border. A couple of dimensionals on the back of that. or 4. A few, however many you need. Pop it on the front. And that is a pretty hefty size box, but with a different close. I might need to put some, I think I might put a mini glue dot under there, because that's peeling up. But we can fix everything. Live bloopers get dealt with on camera. Anyway, thank you ever so much for joining me, and I hope to speak to you very soon. Bye.